Hello children, hope you all are doing fine. Welcome to your new class. Let's get back to some studies now. I had asked you to go through a video which I had prepared for class 9 about the definition of economics. It is an extension of that video. There were a few points missing in that video, which was meant for class 9. Since you are in a higher class, so you need to study more in details. Hence, there are some additional points, and today we'll be studying about only those additional points. Let us begin with the features of the wealth definition. Okay, I'll just tell you in a summary. Basically, the new one is this last one only. Economic man. Okay, yet I'll just give you a gist. It lays stress on wealth. The definition has given extreme importance to wealth. Wealth has been given the central place. It studies only about wealth. It focuses importance on important issues like production, consumption, distribution, and exchange. These lead to an increase in wealth. Okay, now production means making of new goods and services. Consumption means using of those goods and services. Distribution means dividing the money earned by selling the products produced. We sell the products produced in the market. Whatever is earned by selling those goods produced in the market, that money is distributed among the factors of production. Factors of production are those which help in producing the goods and services. That act of distributing is known as distribution. And then by production, consumption, distribution, and exchange only can we have an increase in wealth of the country. The last definition is a new one, that is economic man. Man is an economic man. Why man is an economic man? Because according to this definition, man is self-centered. He is bothered only about his selfish interest. We assume man to be an economic man because here wealth is the central place in this definition. Now naturally, since this definition was the first one, it had many flaws. We will now study what flaws were there in this definition, the criticisms of the wealth definition. The first thing is, this definition puts too much emphasis on materialism. That means it has a materialistic aspect of life. We only discuss about those goods which we can buy with the help of money. Other goods like affection, happiness, etc., which we do not purchase with money, are ignored completely from this definition. Second one, this definition has a narrow view. Why a narrow view? Because it has ignored non-material goods. We only study about non-material goods which we can see and touch. We have completely ignored the values which are not purchased, like affection, happiness, etc. We have also ignored non-material goods like health. Without health, what will you do with the money which you have earned? It's of no use. Okay. Then the third criticism of this definition is it has given a secondary place to man. Secondary place. Man is important. He is the one who's studying. He is the one who's earning. Though he is important, the first definition, wealth definition, has put man in a secondary place. Okay. And then the last one is it ignores the problem of scarcity. Scarcity is a very common concept these days. Okay. Why? Because every good which we use is scarce in supply, and that is why we pay a price for it. Had it been available in plenty, we would not have paid a price for it. Like air, we don't pay a price for it. Okay, only those goods which are scarce, we have to pay a price for them. Here we have avoided, or we have, the wealth definition has missed out the most important concept, that is the concept of scarcity. We next move on to the welfare definition. Here also there are some points added which was not there in the previous description. First one, this definition, welfare definition, first one was there. It puts a primary emphasis on mankind. This definition considers studies about wealth, but it is considering that it is man who earns wealth. That is why we are studying about wealth, because it is earned by man. Second, man performs many activities all throughout his life, but here we are studying only one aspect of a man's life, that is the economic aspect. He performs some social activities, cultural activities, religious activities. We ignore all those. We study only the economic aspect of a man's life. Secondly, we study here material welfare. That means the welfare attained by a man by purchasing goods. When he purchases certain goods, what does he do with that? He uses it to satisfy his wants. When he is hungry, he purchases an apple, say. What will he do with that apple? He will use it to satisfy his wants. Okay. We have studied here again in this definition only about material welfare. That means the welfare which we get by the use of material goods of our well-being. Then next comes emphasis on material. Same thing again. It emphasizes on material requisites. That means only those material goods which are helping us attain satisfy our wants. We study about only those material goods. Non-material ones we do not study. Last, it excludes all forms of non-economic activities. Okay, what are the economic activities? Those in which money is involved are known as economic activities. For example, production, consumption, etc. We ignore non-economic activities. Non-economic activities are completely ignored, excluded from this definition. Religious, we pray to God. Why? Not for money. There is no money involved here. Social activities, we talk to our friends. Cultural, we wear particular type of dress during particular functions. Why do we do that? Okay, all these are our culture. Okay, and that is not done for money. All these type of activities are not included in the welfare definition. Then moving on to the next one, criticisms of the welfare definition. Okay, first one, welfare definition regards economics as a social science. That means we study humans not individually, but as a part of the society. Okay, we are studying economics as a social science, not as a human science. As a part of the society, how man behaves. Everybody in the society earns wealth. Why? He wants to purchase goods which he will use and he will get welfare. That is a behavior of the entire society. What he does as an individual, we are not studying. That means we don't consider economics to be a human science. Then we have earlier when we were discussing, I said you economic activities, non-economic activities, religious and all that. Okay. Welfare definitions, the people who pointed, the next set of economists who came after Alfred Marshall, they said this classification of these activities into economic and non-economic is not practical, because they believed everything is done with a economic sense. Say for example, your father teaches you. He doesn't charge you money for it, right? But then there is somewhere or other a money motive. Okay, he teaches this because you may be, so that you may be fundamentally clear, and that will help you get a job in the future or do a business in the future by which you can earn money. So directly or indirectly, every activity of human being is economic. There is nothing non-economic. Then same thing again, they completely ignore the non-material goods of life. only materialistic aspect, and that is the reason why this welfare definition is considered to have a restricted scope, because we are discussing only about the goods which provide us material welfare. Then the last part of this definite criticism is we are talking about continuously we are talking about welfare. Welfare means the amount of satisfaction which a person gets is known as welfare, his benefit. When he is hungry, he has an apple, he is satisfied with that provides him welfare. Okay, and that welfare is a concept which cannot be measured at all, because it depends from person to person. By having an apple, how much satisfaction one person will receive depends. It's not same for all, right? I can have more satisfaction, another person can have less satisfaction, because maybe he doesn't like apples, but he's forced to have apples because he's hungry. Okay, hence welfare is a concept which is subjective, it cannot be measured. Therefore, welfare, considering welfare as the main concept of the definition, which is a subjective concept, is criticized by many economists.